Hello and welcome to Affinity. We're going to tidy up this iris here, and you can see there's a number of things a bit up with it, but first of all I don't think it's quite round. So let's go to a Ellipse Tool here and Control Shift, so I start from the center, drag this out, so I'm going to get it to fit that iris there, and then just move it around so we get the circle there. I can see there's a bit left over there. And reduce the opacity of this so I can see through. Then I'll go to the background, go to the warp tool. I can do this just with a single one here. I could put more protection around, but I think this will work okay, which is just to drag this in there so this is now round. That looks okay. Let's apply that, take off that, and that looks much rounder, and everything else in the eye looks okay because we spread the distortion out to compensate for that. But now the circle here, the pupil, it's just not quite centered, so I'm going to put this back on again, go here and then take another ellipse. And again, Control Shift, drag this out to make a circle for there. Click on this and bring this up here. If it's just a little bit. In fact, what we'll do is we'll move it to the center there, so it's actually snapping in with the vertical horizontal on that other circle, so we actually know that it's in the center. Then we're going to move things in. So I'll take the opacity down a little bit again. Click on the background, go to the mesh warp tool. Now we need to be a little bit careful, so I'm going to click once, twice there. Now we're looking underneath here at the eye, just getting the top bits here. These are the bits we're going to want to move, and then I'm going to put some protection space here so it'll just distort from within this outer box. And then I can just bring this down a bit here, this in a bit here. That one looks okay. That one maybe out a little bit. Maybe this one out a little bit. And then use the corner ones here to bring these in to make that circle better. The way to do that perhaps is look out for this. It's roughly going to be a square, so pull that out a little bit there and bring this round about here. There we go. So we got like a bit of a square going on the inside here. We just shifted it. There we go. Then we'll apply that. Then we don't need those ellipses anymore. And now we've got a round iris there and a round pupil in the middle. So now we can start tidying this up. What I'm going to do for this is to add a pixel layer, so we got the duplications going to be on top, so we can always undo things if needed. And I'll start off, I'll actually do the pupil at the same time here. So I'm going to go to the clone brush here, make that a little bit smaller. And hardness, yeah, kind of middling, that'll do. Because you can see there's just a little bit of softness to the edge. So I'm going to Alt click here and then just dab one at a time here. Oh, sorry, it needed to put current layer and below on that. That's better, now it'll work. When things don't work, just ask why. It's usually something not being set. So I'm just going to quickly do one click at a time, not trying to paint it all at once. I'll click there and then tidy up around there. So that's got that central bit done. Now then I want to do another bit of cloning around here, but now I'm going to use the healing brush tool, which is like the clone brush, but it does a bit of healing at the same time, so you don't see any edges. So let's start copying things. So in Alt, click up here, getting an edge so I can see where that is. And then I'm going to use the rotation here. I can rotate it, but an easier way to rotate is to use the cursor keys. So I'm just going to rotate right there, and you can see that rotates, and the angle up here is being set. So I can just fit that into the edge there, and just click around here. It's getting a little bit lighter on the edges there because I'm getting into the top of this. So that doesn't work there. So any others down here? No, that's not going to work. Maybe we'll get a bit here because this is again taking that rotating look about it. Okay, let's then take a bit from here. I'll click the edge here so I can match up the edge there using the cursor keys to rotate. Let's go to the edge there and see if this will go further out there. That's better. So I'm cloning it with a curve on it as well. Let's Alt click here and cursor keys rotate here, keeping the circular pupil there and just covering up those reflections there. Say just dabbing it one at a time so you can actually make sure that you don't get into an area that makes it look a little bit wrong. See up here, this hair, I can pick up that as well. So there we go. That's pretty reasonable, I think. Going from let's go to the history there, bit misshapen and with all kinds of reflections, to fix there. Now we can put our extra highlights in wherever we want. That's it, and thank you very much for watching.